problems here. Hopefully this is going. Welcome, welcome, welcome. It is Lion's Gate today, you guys. I'm going to shut this down. I got my computer going at the same time. I was going to read the chats, but I have got to get caught up on my computer, what do you call it, updates and things like that. So today is Lionsgate. If you don't know, I am just coming on saying hello. I am doing a timeless reading today. If you don't know what the Lionsgate is, it's sort of like a portal. The energies are open extremely wide for you to connect from the other frequencies, the other vibrations. That might be your ancestors on the other side. It's just a frequency that we sometimes can't reach because we don't know how to. But it's a portal. It's basically open. Also, too, during this time on the 12th, also is a really big day. There's going to be planets in alignment that don't normally come into alignment. I think there's six maybe planets that are doing that. I have to get restudying my astrology lately. I've been a little too busy with that. So this is going to be a general reading. It may resonate with you. It may not. I will be doing another reading for the 12th. So I promised you guys I would come on live once a week. And I deeply apologize. That has not happened for the last 2 weeks. I'm reevaluating life in general as well. And this is what's happening with the Lionsgate portal. You are going to start seeing things that or recognizing things that maybe are happening with you. That's like, why is this? Why am I all of a sudden thinking about this? Why am I all of a sudden doing this? Why, wow, this was really weird. It's connecting with the different vibrations and frequencies. And it's a time for you, like, not when I would say manifestation, it's whatever you want and dreamed of is now's the time to go for it. And I should be listening to myself on that one. So you really want to pay attention to what you want, what your passion is, where you are in life right now, and look towards growing towards that passion, desire, career path, love, whatever. Maybe you're in a relationship and you are trying to figure things out and things aren't working really well. And it's a time for you to look into inwards and say, this is what I want. This is what I desire. This is what brings me joy. And I'm going to say that. Hello, hello, welcome. Emmanuel, welcome, welcome. It is a time to bring you joy. And that's a thing when I am doing coaching, is one of the things I do ask is, what is bringing you joy and are you doing it? Or is it representing joy to you? Not happiness. Happiness is completely different. So a lot of people, I just wish I was happier. I just wish I was happier. Happier is very circumstantial and it can be very short lived. It's sort of like the nine of cups. It's very temporary. It's like buying a new car and you're all excited and you love it and it smells good and you're really happy to drive something new, something different. But that wears off. Where joy is from the heart, it's more spiritual, it's more passion, it is more your desire deep, deep, deep down. And when you do that, or you whatever it is for you. For me, it might be just doing something for somebody else. For you, it might be creating something. It might be something of that nature. So if it brings you joy, then that is something you need to really ask yourself, am I doing enough of that? Am I doing enough of what makes me filled up inside spiritually as well as emotionally and physically? Because I'll tell you, being a boomer, if you have so much stress and anxiety in your life, you are creating more physical problems for you because your body begins to show you through issues or sicknesses or other things that the doctors can't fine. There's like everything looks fine with you. It's because stress is causing it and they cannot get an answer to it. Welcome, welcome. So the Lion's Gate, the 8-8, is all about that opening that portal, opening the door to show you lots of things. I've been getting so many downloads in the last couple of days, and I'm now at a level of my mediumship, I guess it would be called, to really just have conversations with my spirit guides or my ancestors or divine, because you really have to think about when you're getting downloads, when you're getting an aha moment, or when something is giving you signals, or you see, a lot of people say, oh, I see the number 11 over and over and over. When those are signals or signs, you have to pay attention. Where is it coming from? Hopefully from the light and the good. And the thing is that you have to look at that and pay attention to it, because your intuition will say, yes, listen to it. Our heads will sit there and say, no, I don't want to pay attention to that. That I want to do this, but your spirit's saying, no, do this. So that's why a lot of people come to tarot, is because you're in a decisive, you don't know what to do, you don't know where to go. This portal opening is trying to share with you, this is what you should be doing, this is what you should go. But we fight it because we're human and we want to go overthink it. We want to do all this kind of stuff. And we're like, okay, now I'm really confused, because you're not listening to your heart, your soul, your spirit in its guidance of what you're supposed to be doing or want to be doing. Because what you want to do and what your intuition is sharing with you to do is to bring you joy, period, and love. And that is to get love and give love. And that's the number one thing. And so if you're fighting all this, this must be the message for somebody today, because I wasn't going to come on, but then I was like, you know what? I'm going to, because I keep getting pushed. But it's, again, somebody's earthbound and wants happiness. Doesn't work that way. You go for your spirit and you get joy. And that's why when I do mindset coaching and trying to get people to understand why they're frustrated, why they're not happy with life, why they're depressed, all this, being an empath, I can already see into. I suppose being a medium helps, but that not really. It's more of being my empathic ability. So definitely I can look into things that you can't even see because I already know them before you even talk to me, or it's just something that empaths have and do. Okay. I don't know how to explain it or anything, but the thing I do teach when I coach is not search for happiness, search for the joy. And the joy is from internal. Happiness is from external, if that makes any sense. All right. So let's pull some cards and see what divine or the others on the other side are trying to share with you. And again, this is timeless, so it's where whenever you watch what it is. This deck here, if you don't know my channel, Divine Warrior Intuitive, this is Divine's deck. Nothing else gets read from this deck. This is his message or universe's message. It's energy, divine's an energy. So that's the source where we get all of our understanding and our intuition and everything. And the cards are just the resource, but they help us with getting a message to you to help you understand what you need to going through. So again, my Divine Warrior channel is about helping you through struggles, decisions, challenges, in not only your jobs, love, relationship, that kind of a thing. And again, I love doing what I do. So my channel's small, but hopefully it'll grow. All right. So let's see what Divine has to say for you guys today. A higher view. I think this was the last reading I did because it's the number 5. Okay, I can't make this up though. So let me peek at this picture and see what he wants me to. Thank you. So what I'm getting from this picture is immediately I was looking at the bottom of the tail and they asked me to go to the top of the head. And she's looking off and she's trying to figure something out. And she is looking again, she's in her head. You can't get to the next level. You can't get to where you want to go unless you grow. Sometimes that's a little painful. And a lot of people look at I don't look at the word failure. I don't even have it in my dictionary. I don't have it in my vocabulary because there is no fail. The earth is a lesson. Earth is a school. You either learn the lesson or you don't, or you're going to learn it over and over and over again. How many of you guys say, why do I keep picking the wrong guy? Why do I keep picking the wrong girl? It's because you're learning that lesson over and over again because you're not paying attention to the signs and signals. Okay, you're in your head. Okay, so, and it's the number 5 in numerology. So, this might be something new for somebody to say, I need to look at this differently because this isn't working, or this is not bringing me joy. This is not working for me. So, looking at a higher level is taking yourself out of the human aspect and get into the metaphysical aspect, your spirit, your intuition. And that could be really challenging for somebody or very easy because you have to have discipline to say, you know what, I'm not going to do that anymore. When I was bodybuilding, I had to give up a lot of things. Okay. And you have to be disciplined enough to say, you know what, this is no longer serving me anything good. It's no longer serving me a purpose. I need to stop. They need to go. That I need to grow and move on. And it might not be kicking somebody to the curb. It's just saying to you, I'm going to fade to black. I want to be loving and caring. I don't want they're a good person, but I don't need them in my life anymore, or I'm now moving on to different things, because you're never going to stay the same throughout your whole life. If you are the same that you were in your 20s and you're in your 50s, you need to reevaluate life, because if you didn't grow, that's not the way that we're meant to be. We're meant to grow and change, and new seasons come, new hobbies come, new passions come, new callings come. Doesn't mean you have one calling for all your life. The only calling we have for our whole life is to love and be loved. That's a calling. Some people don't know how to love. You don't even know how to love yourself. So that's the first step, is learning how to love yourself. What makes you feel loved that you can do for yourself and that you would want to do for others? Because the thing is, if you don't know how to love yourself, how are you going to love somebody else? And that's cliche. However, if you go to the book, The 5 Love Languages, say your love language is receiving gifts, and that's all you do to your partner is give them gifts, but that's not their love language. Maybe their love language is, I need to hear it. I need to feel that you love me. I need to hear that you just really, I'm your person. I'm your ride or die. But you keep giving them things, and that means absolutely nothing. So that's what that cliche means. If you don't know how to love yourself, how are you going to love somebody else? Because you have to ask and say, hey, what brings you joy? Not happiness. What brings you joy? What can I do to fill your heart? Okay. And a lot of guys will say, well, food brings my stomach, bring me to, that kind of a thing. But in all reality, what fills your heart? Not your head, not temporarily. All right. All right. So let's see what the next card is. So get out of your head. Whoever this is, get out of your head, because you're looking up and you're trying to figure things out. So you're looking for that higher vibration. You're looking for that higher frequency. You're just not there because you keep getting into here. So when I coach, if you ever get a coaching session or have a one-on-one with me, you'll find that I never say mind, spirit, body like the earth does. I always say spirit, mind, body, because you have to start with your spirit, because your spirit talks to your head, and your head tells you what to do, say. That's the action. Say it, don't say it, do it, don't do it. But if you start here first, it's backwards, guys. It's backwards. And I say that almost every time, but it's true. All right. So let's see what else it is for this portal reading for Lionsgate 88. And boy, is it hot in here. It wasn't supposed to get to 90 and 100 today, so I'm hoping it's not. But it's nice to have a weekend reading. I don't normally do weekend readings, but it's really nice. Maybe I should call them weekend readings. What do you think? Okay. Restriction and the number 8. So this is restricting somebody of moving forward. It is because the number 8 has to do with your progress and how you keep moving forward. So this path goes into the darkness. Okay. They're asking me to look at the darkness. So if you, excuse me, I'll do that download next. But if you look at the path, it's sort of straight, but then it curves. So what is it that maybe you're in a position that something threw you a curveball, something is not clear because you can't see into the future. We're never going to see in the future. You create your own future, and that's what this tarot is about on my channel, is creating your own future. Which way do you want to go? Which path do you want to take? That's why if you want, I can do readings for your future a little bit. But here's the problem. I can do an oracle and say, here's what the future is going to bring. But you are an energy. And the thing is, it depends on where you're starting your mindset, because I could tell you to say, hey, this is what your future is holding. But then all of a sudden you split second, I don't want to go that way. And you go a different way. So it's an energy. You can change it in a millisecond. So in your future, it's up to you as your mindset. It's like being pessimistic and optimistic. Some people are very pessimistic, and for them to switch to optimism, it's hard. Cancers are really good that way. Sorry, cancers. I love you guys too. But you can be a very pessimistic sign and a very moody up and down sign. Whereas if you can get that into control, then you're able to say, you know what? No, I'm not going to go that way. Flip that energy just in a second. So whatever this restriction is, and it is that it's interesting because they're having me look at these scratch marks in the ground, but if you look above the word restriction, it's the number 5, but it's also the number 8 in this oracle. Where is it? It's the number 8 in this oracle. So it's playing around with two numbers is like, it's not a easy feeling. It's a new feeling. It's a new comfort feeling of how it's going to go or how you want it to go. But there's a restriction here. It's a roadblock. Again, for you guys that know my channel, when I get stuck or I see something stuck, I see an elephant in a big mud puddle. It's like a pond, and it's up to its knees in mud. And you would think it's stuck, but it actually can pull up a little bit and move forward one step at a time, so it's not stuck. So we restrict ourselves a lot of the times than others would restrict us. Does that make sense? We hold ourselves back more than not. And again, why is that? That's maybe why divine is trying to show us we get too much in our head. Take a real close look to her head and the way she's looking. Okay? So we get really stuck in our head. And that's what restricts us. Okay, thank you. We set boundaries that give us limits when we are limitless. Because there's like, well, I would do it, but I don't have any money. And I'm like, you're limiting that income of money. There are millions of ways to make money for whatever it is that you want to do. Also, too, it's another thing that you, what do you call it? What do you call it? I just lost my train of thought. We restrict ourselves in just the way of money. It'll come back to me, guys. It just comes back to me. All right. So let's go ahead and do the reading and see what's going to happen for your future in the near future for somebody. So number 1, he's saying get out of your head. Number 2, you're creating your own limitations and that kind of a thing. You can't see the future, and you don't want to, because you know what? If you were to say, oh, I can see that I'm going to fail, I can see that that's not going to work out, you've already said that and created that energy, because every time you speak something, you have created a new vibration. Vibration 1 is to think it. That's great, not a problem. But as soon as you speak it, you have set out a whole new frequency, a whole new vibration. And so you need to stop limiting and restricting yourself by those kind of vibrations, because then you're like, well, see, it didn't happen because you created that energy. Does that make sense? Right now in the Lion's Gate, this is the time to create the energy your spirit and you want. Okay? Definitely want to do that. All right? Because it's all about what you create. You know, you are your creation of your future. I tell my daughter that all the time, and she's finally seeing it. And I just love it. I just love it. Are these upside down? Yes. I can't make this stuff up, guys. Oh my God, I can't make this stuff up. Oh, who are you? Who are you? Who are you that's doing this to yourself? You're creating your own hell. Is this somebody you know? I heard the word cancer again. And it's not cancer like physical cancer. It's a cancer sign, Taurus sign. Oh my gosh. I can't make this stuff up, guys. So our first card out is the Hierophant. Okay. The Hierophant is definitely about a spiritual connection. And this is what we were talking about here. What Divine is trying to say, you're more earth than you're spiritual. You're not at that level of, or somebody's not at that level where they can actually process things through their intuition and their spirit rather than their head. Okay. So Divine is saying, hey, pay, because you're losing out on opportunities. Okay. And this is where somebody's confused because there's so many things going on. Somebody's completely overwhelmed. There's so many things going on that you just like, it's too much. It's too much. I can't do this. And the energies I'm getting is it's not a good feeling. So it's like something that you're trying to figure out how to change, but you're not quite sure how to do it, because that's the number 5, because we've had the number 5 twice, 3 times actually in the reading. You haven't seen the third one. So it's something that you can't figure out, and maybe you need help in figuring it out. You know, and that's just something that is really messing with somebody, because you do have the Hangman there. Okay, this is just an amazing reading. And you have the Queen of Cups in the center, all about nurturing yourself, listening to yourself, having that and paying attention to yourself. And the thing is that she's looking towards the Hangman. This is like spiritual warfare for somebody. Okay, because the Hangman is to bring enlightenment. It's the number 7. It's to bring enlightenment. It's to bring like inspiration and things that will lift you up and make you see that all the good things rather than the bad things. Humans want to look at the bad things first. We always want to look at the negative, look at the news. They're not going to put all the good stuff first. Change the channel. But if you look at the heavy things first, which that's what they want. And that's why I don't watch the news, but maybe once for 10 minutes so I can get local and what's going on in the future. Because I don't want all that crap in my life. I don't want all that crap. It'll keep you awake. It'll keep you stressed. It'll keep you away from looking at what you can do and what you want to do and getting rid of that anxiety and depression, which you can do. If it's not a medical, if you haven't been diagnosed as a medical and you're on prescription, everything, younger generations have more anxiety than we have had in my generation because, number one, technology keeps you stuck. Keeps you in a path to keep you with anxiety, to keep you frustrated, to keep you just engaged in something other than getting out and doing things with your hands and your feet and everything else. My generation, we didn't have that. And you don't have as much anxiety in my generation because we didn't have all the technology. All right. And it's not saying that it's a bad thing. Unfortunately, I don't want to use AI, but if I have to, I'll use it minimally, and I use it for my business. And so it's just something that I have to do, but get me off the phones, get me off the internet, get me off of all that. I do it for educational purposes, but that's it. Because again, it's going to cause you a lot more anxiety and stress. And this, I think, is what Divine is saying here, or an ancestor or your spirit guides is saying is, get away from that stuff. And I'm not coaching right now. I'm giving you a reading right here that gets you back into the spirit of what you want and what you're doing. Because you have the Wheel of Fortune here, and you've got all these opportunities that are going to be coming up that you're actually going to miss out on because you're restricting yourself, you're limiting yourself, and that's in your head, okay? Because here's the last one, the number 5, okay, again, and we have the 5 of Cups. Another Virgo energy is, and keep hearing Cancer, Taurus. I don't know what's going on with you guys, but it's a time where you have to instead not look at the human side of stuff, but the spiritual side, being your intuition and saying, you know what, I am not going to limit and restrict. I am going to do what makes me joy filled, not happy. And whether you have to look at a relationship, a job, or whatever it is, that is what you need to do. Turn this guy around and look at the cups that are standing, not falling down. They're already spilt. So the way that these cups are relating is that you're looking at your past performance, your past failures, and there's no failures, there's lessons. And are you relearning them? Are you getting those over and over, meeting the wrong people, wrong dates, wrong lovers, wrong partners? Are you getting that over and over? Is a job, you keep switching jobs over and over and over. I'm going to get dizzy. Is that then it's time to change the pattern. This is a time to change the pattern. It's Lionsgate, baby. It's Lionsgate. Time to change the pattern. And only you can do that, because right next to that is the Wheel of Fortune. And he's sort of facing towards the Wheel of Fortune. But again, the main messages are you're restricting yourself, you're limiting yourself, and you're in your head way too much. Divine is saying way too much. All right. So let's see what's going on here. Let's gonna find out. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get clarity for those that are okay. They said stuck in a toxic relationship. Okay, I don't know who that is for, but if you're stuck in a toxic relationship, again, there's that elephant in my head, stuck, even though he can move, he won't. Why you're staying. Okay, why you're admitting to stay stuck, okay? Because you got all this love and light to move on, but here you are. I'm frustrated. I don't know what to do. I can't. And she's facing away from the Queen of Cups. So the Queen of Cups is a beautiful queen because it's not about her intuition too. It's about how she takes care of herself. She's well dressed. She is sitting down. She's thinking, but she's also taking care of herself because she is a feminine. And what do feminines do? We're nurturers. All right. So what is it in this relationship that you feel stuck? I don't know what this is about. And again, it's number 5. It's unstable. For this situation, it's unstable. 5 can be, everything has a yin and a yang, positive and a negative, a good and a bad, whatever it is. However, we have to look at what is good and what is not good, all right, about this situation. All right, thank you. Okay. Oh, well, that would make sense. So there is some hurt. There is something going on, that something was hurt. It's the number 3. It sort of broke the trust. We have the Page of Pentacles in reverse. It broke the trust. Now this could be a couple different situations. This could be broke the trust in maybe you gave money to this person. Maybe you trusted them, or maybe you're actually living with this person or whatever. It has to do with money. Because there's 3 swords. So, you've got physical hurt, emotional hurt, and mental hurt. So there's what is going on with that. All right, let's get some more clarification with that. So for clarification for relationships, in a relationship, going into a relationship, somebody's living in the past. Again, here we go with that. You're living in the past. You're well, it happened to me before, so it's going to happen to me again. Attitude. Not necessarily. That's your mindset living in the past, because every person is different, and whoever this is not the past person. So if this is a past relationship and you're carrying it into a new one, you're going to screw it up. You know, you're just going to screw it up because that person is not the same as what that other person was. Yeah. You're overthinking it. Somebody's overthinking. It's like, oh, that Virgo energy that has to analyze everything and wants to analyze everything. Okay. And you're going to miss out on the opportunity. So you really have to sit back and ask yourself, am I in my head too much? Okay. Because that's what divine is saying for this. If we're in our head too much, we cannot be open to new things. We can't be open to even new frequencies, new vibrations, because we're restricting ourselves as we're here. And that's what happens with anxiety. Is anxiety is from fear mainly, and a lot of the times we are in our head way too much, and we are causing our own kerfuffles. We're causing our own trauma ideas, you know. And I'm not saying gaslighting that there is trauma. Trust me, I was sexually abused as a kid, so I'm not poo-pooing anybody who's actually gone through it. I'm saying to you guys, you know, are you creating your own? Are you overthinking? Are you projecting the past into the future? Oh, you know, well, oh, I heard that before, or you know, I've seen that before. Well, leave it in the past. Yes, you've seen it, but it doesn't mean that it's going to happen in the future. So when you do verbally say it, you are actually creating that energy to happen again. So be really mindful on how you use your words. All right. Yeah. You got the Queen of Wands. So you have the Queen of Wands and the Queen of Cups again. You've got the Six of Pentacles in reverse. With the Six of Pentacles in reverse, this is, oh, okay, thank you. So there's balance off for somebody. And what I mean by that is, oh gosh, this could be an empath and a avoidant person. It's one person gives, and the other person takes. And the one who takes doesn't give back. Now there's, in relationships, it's never going to be the same. So that giver will probably give more than what the taker will give. But when the taker does give, that might be showing how much they love and care for that person. So I'm trying not to get too complicated, but that giver, it's not enough. Okay, it's not enough. I need more. I need more. And it's not filling my cup. They're not supposed to fill your cup. You're supposed to fill your cup. They're supposed to help you feel supported, embraced, loved in the way that they know how. So that's the problem for somebody here, is that you're expecting more and it's creating you more anxiety, more frustration. Then those are the times you have to say, is this the right person for me? Doesn't mean, I'm sorry, but every relationship I had and it left, is they're not bad. It's just not right for me. And knowing what's right for me takes work, because I have to know what brings me peace. So this situation isn't bringing somebody peace. Okay. What it's doing is causing them frustration, headache, because you got the number 5 so many times that it's causing you frustration and a headache. Now, there is some money in here because of the pentacles. So again, that's a discussion that you have to have, whoever this is, with your partner. If you come into a relationship, you have to be on the same page as money. So it's not the same page, whoever this is for. It's basically saying, you know what? I'm tired of giving so much and I'm not getting back. Or, I hate to say this, but it happens. somebody is working and the other person isn't, and the other person isn't taking that initiative to get a job or put more into the relationship, then you might want to reevaluate why they're there. Okay. So I don't know who that's for. So let's see about that. So we're going to go into, let's just go into some clarity since pentacles keep popping up in a relationship. But, so I heard the pessimism has to go. So I don't know who on the other side is trying to share that message with somebody, but they just said the pessimism has to go. And it wasn't very nice and soft. It was like, the pessimism has to go. And I'm like, okay, all right. So whoever that's for, I don't know who that's for. Being a medium can be really interesting sometimes. And especially when you're open to it. Love having the Lion's Gate open right now because I get to talk to so many people on the other side that I want to talk to. Or they're around. I can feel their energies around. So maybe that's why they asked me to do this reading. I don't know. So this is a timeless reading, so whatever. All right. Let's see what we're going to go into here. We're going to go into, I keep hearing opportunities. Okay, so let's go into the clarity for the opportunities. So we have the Seven of Cups in reverse. We also have the, oh my gosh. It's not the world. Why do I keep hearing world? It's not the world. Yeah. Oh, hang on a second. Oh my gosh. Beautiful, I guess. Okay, so far we have the Three of Swords in reverse. Okay, opportunities. Nine of Wands. Okay. Nine of Wands. Can you give me one more card, please, so that I can get a little bit more clarity on this, especially on the Nine of Wands. All right. It's what you're telling yourself. Gosh, somebody's really talking, what do you call it? Your inner self. You're really just pounding your inner self, really hard on yourself. Okay. So bringing a negative energy into a space that, let's take a job, for instance. So what they're trying to share with me is you're missing out on opportunities because a lot of the times you go into a job or into a situation unprepared. This is a relationship too. You go into the relationship, you don't ask the hard questions. Do you want children? You know, what is your 5-year goal? What is your future goal? What is it that you want to do in the future? Where do you want to live? You know, how much money do you, what do you expect from your partner? Those kind of things are really hard in a relationship. When you go into a job and you have an interview, the hard part is you need to interview the employer as well. And a lot of people go in unprepared. So what I keep hearing, and I don't know who this is for, but you're unprepared. You need to do your due diligence. You need to do your homework. You need to research. If you're going into a job, you need to research the company. You need to know about the company a little bit. You need to be prepared to answer questions. Why do you want to work for this company? What do you want to go into? What would you like to go into? So things aren't working out for somebody. And in opportunities, whether it's a relationship or a job or anything of that nature, because you don't prepare yourself, or somebody is not preparing themselves. Now you could, and again, when you don't prepare yourself, it does restrict you. It limits you. You walk out of that interview and how do you feel? Oh, I felt I did pretty good. No, you should walk out of the interview. I did my best damn job ever to end this interview. I prepared myself. I answered the questions. I was articulate. I asked for things. Well, how much did the job pay? How many vacations does it have? How often do I get promotions if I work my ass off? How do I do that? You go in with that as well. You do it, got to do that with a relationship. When you go on a date, what is your intentions? What is your, you were on a date, your first date, what's your intentions? Is this long term? Is this short term? Are you looking for something casual? Are you looking for a booty call? What are you looking for? If they sit there, oh, I'm looking for something casual. Thank you. I'm looking for something long term. You know, I need a life partner. I'm older. I don't want to play this game of dating. That's crap. I did that in my 20s. You have to ask and get the information. So again, the Wheel of Fortune is telling you you've got the opportunities, but boy, somebody is flipping, just not wanting to change the page. Okay, not a problem. If you don't want to change it, no worries. That's fine. But you have to understand you can't complain. You can't complain. Because people who complain that don't want to do anything, you need to, they're energy vampires. You need to move away from them. Again, second time around. So you have the Three of Swords. We have the Three of Swords over here. We have the Wheel of Fortune. I can't make this stuff up, guys. It's so, it's in your face. It's so in your face. How do you get rid of this stress? How do you get rid of all of this so that you can move forward? Is to get rid of the number, well, number 9 is great in many areas, but you don't want to keep repeating the same lessons over and over again. Look into the dark and not care what's coming into the future, but you keep going in. You keep, because you know what? That's where not only the mystery is, but that's where the excitement is, because you don't know what the future holds. Wonderful things, but it's also, you've got to get rid of this negative energy, or somebody has to, around you or you, to be able to have those opportunities and open up and break those bonds of restriction. I'm surprised I didn't see the devil, because that would have been really topping this cake off. Really would have been topping this cake off. Let's see if we can find the devil. All right. All right. So let's see what else for this Lionsgate. I'm going to ask from the other side if there's anything you want to share, if there's somebody that you need to touch that will watch this video or is watching this video, what is it that you need to share with them? Sorry. It's so funny when they get in your head. Get out of your head. It's like, get out of my head. It's so funny. It's so funny. I love being able to tap into that vibration and energy to the other side. They're so funny. Some people are just so funny, but they're also very serious, because you're holding yourself back. They're trying to give you something, but you're holding them back. Definitely. All right. All right, guys, seriously though, is there anything else that you would like to reach out? And I think what they're asking me to do next, and I think I'll do that really, really quick, is when I get done with this, whatever they want to share next, that I'll go into each sign. I'll go through Earth. Oh, sorry, my neck is sore. I'll go through Earth, Air, Fire, and Water. And you can pick cards from that, and then we can go through that and pick your own sign and pick a deck, okay? And then I'll go through those. All right. Is there anything else, Divine, that you want to share? Sorry, but I can't shuffle these the other way. My daughter bought me this deck, and I can't shuffle this way. So, all right. I can't make this stuff up. I cannot make this stuff up. Okay, thank you. So whatever is on the other side saying, it's the Queen of Wands again. We've got the Queen of Wands for the second time. We've got the Queen of Cups. We've also got the Hermit again. Oh no, we didn't have the Hermit over there. We had the Five of Cups. But we have the Hermit. You got to do this on your own. This is your journey. This is yours. And it is going to take strength. Okay, so whatever you're going through or whatever you're needing to make a decision about that is holding you back, that is stifling you for your future, whatever it is, it's time to take hold of it, especially now, from now until the 12th. which is August 8th to the August 12th, because we got an enormous portal open. We've got planets aligning like no tomorrow that are trying to give all this open energy to do it. Go for it. Make it happen. Make it go. Whether it's a relationship and you're done with it, you're tired of it, and you just need to take a break or move on, it's time. If it's a job that's not working out for you, it's not making money, and you're having to work 2, 3 jobs, time to reevaluate what it is and move forward to the one that brings you joy and the most money. And it's going to take strength. It does. It really, it's not strength in, oh my gosh, I don't know if I can do it. This is like, I'm going to do it, and I'm going to stick to it, and I'm not going to stop until I get to my goal. Period. That takes strength. When I was bodybuilding, the book behind me that I authored, wherever that is, I can't point. I was 215 pounds the year before, and I was determined that I was going to just lose the weight. I hadn't really had a goal, but my trainer was like, okay, we need to set a goal. What would you like to do? And I'm like, gee, I was just looking to lose weight. But I had always admired competitive bodybuilders. I've always admired not only the determination, the consistency, the discipline, that kind of stuff. And I thought, I can't tell him. He'll laugh at me. I mean, I'm 215 pounds. What is he gonna, yeah, right, okay, sure. And I told him, I said, I've always admired bodybuilders. I would love to be on a stage. And he said, okay, then that's what we'll shoot for. No laughing, no belittling me, no cracking up, just support. And I'll tell you, let's see, it was 5 months. I went from 215 down to 154 pounds in 5 months. And he said, you're going to pick a competition 6 months out. I said, oh, heck no, I'm not. Look, are you kidding me? Those guys are cut. Those guys are built. Those guys, blah, 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 blah. There's that restriction that I was doing. I was restricting myself. I was in my head. And what happened, because I had an accountability partner, which maybe that's what somebody needs, is that we pushed and we pushed and we trained, and I dieted the way that, actually, I still eat that way. I eat clean. But the thing is, I did that, and in 1 year, I was on a bodybuilding stage. That is what I'm talking about with strength and courage. What do you want so much that now you're ready to go get? Go get it. Go get it. Definitely go get it. Because this is the time the portal's open. The planets are coming in alignment. And this is about your journey, nobody else's journey. But it is going to take strength to probably eliminate some people. I had to stop talking to my mother because she was the best saboteur of my journey. So I said, I didn't say, well, I'm never going to talk to you again. I just said, you know what? To me, in my heart and in my mind, I was like, I'm divorcing her for a while because she is going to sabotage me. Oh, well, you've gone through so many diets. You're going to just go yo-yo. You're going to go back, blah, 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 blah. And so I just sort of stopped calling, stopped reaching out. And, it took a long time, but I was already dropped down in 5 months to 154 pounds. And she's like, oh, how long is this going to last? Blah, blah, blah. So I just kept stopping because you need people to be in your corner to be supportive. Because if you don't have that, you're restricting yourself and trying to do it alone, and you can't do everything alone. It takes an accountability partner. Okay, so whatever that is that you want to do, go for it. If you don't know how to do it, you reach out to people that do. I mean, I have people asking me resources 24/7 because I am older. And I have done, everybody will say, well, God, what haven't you done in life? Because I lived life to the fullest. I didn't care what other people thought. I just did it. Yeah. And what came from the bodybuilding, people were saying, oh, yeah, no, I went and got a nutrition degree. I got a fitness degree. I wrote a book that was on the market. Costco carried it for a long time, but we ran out of books and I wasn't going to redo it. So the thing is that you can do what you want to do. You just have to want it bad enough. All right. So let's go to the signs. I know this is long. But let's go ahead and go to each sign. And what I'm gonna do is I'm going to make 3 decks, and you can pick the card or the deck that you want. And we'll go from there and see what that says about your sign specifically. All right, I just want to make sure I put these back because they flip themselves. I know that. Okay. I am going to leave these 2 energies up here because these are the main energies for the Lion's Gate. Again, it's the higher view, looking at the higher view, the more spiritual view, and not the earthly view. All right. So let's go ahead and let's do the air signs first. Okay. We're going to do the air signs and go from there. So while you're waiting for me to do these, just go ahead and subscribe to, oops, I'm not doing a reading. If you want that card, please bring it to the top or into the deck, please. Appreciate it. Thank you. Subscribe to divinewarriorintuitive.com, and I would love to have you on my channel. Help me grow, help me help you is what this is all about. It's not about me, it's helping you. All right. Because a lot of people well, you come to tarot to answer a question. You come to tarot to find out or figure something out. Okay. And that's why people come to tarot. All right. All right. So this is the second pile and the third pile for the air signs. So I don't know which deck you're going to pick, but pick one of the decks, 1, 2, or 3, and then we'll go through each sign and let you know what's going on for the next few days, from the Lion's Gate to the 12th, when all the planets are coming in alignment, to help you make decisions, move on in your life, make decisions in your life, maybe eliminate whatever it is in your life, definitely, in love and light, all right? So in your mind, go ahead and pick your deck, 1, 2, or 3. We are going to do number 1 first. So for air sign, deck 1, we have 10 of Cups, we have the Page of Cups, and we have the Knight of Pentacles. All right, 10 of Cups, Page of Cups, and the Knight of Pentacles. So for you air signs, this is about creating what you want to make money. This is a time to make a decision, and this is something from your heart and your passion, because the page is a new energy. They're young. It's sort of like trying to get things started, but with the cups, it's about a curiosity. Maybe it's sort of like a side gig. Maybe it's sort of something that you've always wanted to do. Again, you got to get out of your head and get into really what it is that's bringing you joy and what you're going to want to do. But this is about the Knight of Pentacles, and the Knight of Pentacles is moving forward in the future, but that Knight of Pentacles for you guys is about something making money with a passion, and it's something that will bring balance, will bring joy, will happiness. So the thing about this is, when you're not going to be a workaholic, you're not going to work 80, 90 hours a week, you're going to sit there and say, I'm going to make something that's going to bring balance financially and help me out a little bit. And it might be just something creative that you want to do. I don't know what that is for you. But I do know that it's something in your mind that is already started, and you just haven't moved on it. Again, you're restricting yourself from it. Well, it's not the right time for me to do it. Nothing's the right time for us to do on earth. It's divine's time, it is. So you need to really listen to those messages that divine's trying to say to you about this, okay? Of what you want to do and move forward on, because it's really interesting, because I love this. They're having me to look at the helmets. So if you look at the Page of Cups and the little mark up on top, it is a helmet. So it's basically girding your armor, putting your armor on, and armor is just strength, okay? So it's like a symbol of strength. It's a symbol of protection, and maybe you're being protected at this time to be moved forward. I don't know your ancestors. I don't know who your spirit guides are. So this is a time to move forward and start out slow, baby steps, because he's holding one coin. So it's the start of something for you. But it is definitely supposed to be, because it's supposed to bring you joy. It's supposed to bring you balance as well in all aspects, not just work, 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 work. Okay? So that is deck 1 for you guys. Oh my gosh, my camera is going to start going. All right. So we've got for deck 2, 2 of Cups, 7 of Swords, and the King of Wands. So this is definitely your 2 of Cups, 7 of Swords, and King of Wands. So definitely it looks like, because they're looking back at this relationship, it's not reversed, that there's maybe some hurt, some pain, something that didn't work out or isn't working out that you really need to pay attention to, because you have the King of Wands. It seems like that you're not on the same page. You're not maybe even in the same book. So you need to get on that. So the communication is not working. You're on different levels of communication. I don't know what that is for you. But again, this person, it's either in the past that they can't eliminate it. Again, there's that person who thinks in the past. So it's like you have somebody who thinks in the past and who have somebody who thinks in the present, and it doesn't work. It doesn't work. So whatever that is, you have to get on the same page, at least in the same book. If you're not in the same book and you're a couple or you're partners, it's not going to work until you either get some help, get your mental state on the same page where that past person isn't thinking in the past and moving forward, because there's a lot of frustration. He's not sitting in the chair relaxed. He's standing there like behind something, and it's almost like not a fearful. Doesn't look afraid. He looks frustrated. So I don't know what that is for you if you pick back deck 2. However, it started out really, really great. Okay. Something went sour to sort of sometimes, challenges in relationship is the test of time. Wow, that was an old one. But the thing is, it is a test in time that you're either going to make it or break it. And that's a choice. That is a choice. So whether you want to move forward, whether you want to, and you really need to, they're having me look at the eye. This has to be something that you need to look into yourself in what you want and what you want to do to move forward. All right. So this is Water Signs deck 3. Sorry, I'm going to buzz through these because I didn't realize how much this sucked my battery dry. It is the Sun. Okay. It is the 6 of Swords, and it is the Ace of Pentacles. So this is beautiful. This is beautiful. Somebody looks like they may be moving forward into something. Again, are you restricting yourself? Are you really paying attention to where you need to go? Because the concern is that the Ace of Pentacles, you think it's going to bring you a lot of money. You need to move in a direction that if the money wasn't there, are you going to be joy-filled? Okay, so that's something that you have to look at. Is it going to be joy-filled? All right. So that definitely needs to look sort of forward in that manner. All right. So that is something that somebody may not want to go with you, but that's okay. It's not a permanent thing, because it's to bring both things together. The Sun is about purity and joy and happiness and light and fun and playful and things of that nature. So if it is a movement that you're doing, water sign, or air sign, excuse me. Am I saying water or air? Air, number 3. So it is something that you want to move forward. Sorry, my back is really just starting to get into a lot of pain. So maybe there is something going on for movement, for health. Okay, that might be something too. That will be beneficial. Interesting. Didn't think about that. All right. So whatever it is that you need to move towards, it, don't do it for the money, do it because it's going to bring you joy. Yes, money is part of it, but it is also to bring you joy as well. And you know, we do a job not because a lot of people do jobs and they hate it, but really you should be in a job that you love or can at least enjoy to do, or you're in the wrong job. And again, that's the energy for the Lion's Gate, is stop restricting, stop holding yourself back, stop stifling yourself. All right. All right, air signs, that was for you guys. Now we're going to go to water signs. Okay. So if you're a water sign, you can pick deck 1, deck 2, deck 3. All right. Oh my gosh. I had 3 back surgeries in 2005, and I'm still healing. All right. This is for water signs. Any messages for Lion's Gate to the 12th? And it might even go a little bit longer. I don't know. Deck 1. And don't forget, if you want a one-on-one reading, I do one-on-one readings. If you want a quick reading, I'm on Etsy, Divine Warrior Intuitive. I'm also on divinewarriorintuitive.com. That is where we do a lot of coaching, mindset. You can also see the book behind me, before and afters from year to competitive stage, that kind of a thing. Not to toot my own horn, but, you know, that was quite of the accomplishment. You know, quite the accomplishment. And you can't trust, you know, for me, it was, you can't expect anybody to follow you, support you, or anything. You can love them when they do. However, you have to do it on your own. Okay. All right. Water signs. So pick deck 1, deck 2, or deck 3 for your water signs, whichever renovates with you. Holy Toledo, what are you doing? Deck 1 is the number 9, 5, and the Queen of Swords. So you have the 9 of Swords. We just had this in the reading, guys. Okay. We have the 5 of Wands, and we have the Queen of Swords. So it sounds like somebody's not, somebody or you, maybe, okay, but let's put it both ways. So if this was somebody that you're trying to stand up and you're fighting all the time, or you're trying to show that you're valued, trying to say, hey, you know, look at me, I'm trying to show you that I value, I love you, whatever it is in a relationship, and it's not working, you have to look at the honest truth, okay? Because you're keeping yourself up. They don't care. They're not worried about it, and they're sleeping just quite well. So if this is a job, you need to stand up for yourself. If this is a career thing, or if it's a work thing, you need to stand up for yourself, water sign, because you need to walk in the truth. So if somebody's gaslighting you at work, if somebody's throwing you under the table at work, somebody is doing something that is totally a negative energy, then it's time to stand up for it, because you're losing sleep, or you're not feeling good, or you're adding stress, or your anxiety just went up, and all that kind of stuff. But it's a new energy to stand up for yourself with this number 5, but you've got the number 9 in there. So this is going to be a repeat cycle if you don't do something about it. Again, stuck, and you keep going through the same thing. So this has to be something that you need to get out of or do for yourself. And the only way you're going to do that is stand up for yourself and actually be your own advocate. So if it's a relationship, if it's a job, water sign, you need to respect yourself, love yourself enough to say, this is not good. I don't want to. It's sort of like gossip. You know, people come to you, oh, did you hear? You know what? I don't need to hear that. Thank you very much. That's not in my journey. I'm not worried about it. If it's somebody who's gaslighting you, you know what? I know what you're doing. You just gaslit me, but I know me well enough that I know what I saw. I know what I heard. And whatever you're doing, I'm not dealing with it. I'm not playing with it. Homie, don't play that. Okay. So water sign, whatever that is for you on deck 1, hopefully you will be strong enough to stand up for yourself. All right. For deck 2, we have the Ace of Cups. We have the Star. Ooh, opportunities. Ooh. And then the Ten of Swords. So there is, again, that opportunity. You're going to have to look into your spiritual self and open that door because it's ready. There is something ready for you. It's of light and love. It's something you've wanted, water sign. It is something that you want to grow in. Definitely want it. And so something has to close. Something has to shut down. And this door will definitely give you whatever that opportunity is because it's there. Those are the first 2 cards out. But this is you that has to do that work of shutting something down like that. Cold turkey. It's done. And say, you know what? I want better for my life. I want something to move forward. This is looking at that higher view. Okay. It's not looking within your head and anxiety and all that kind of stuff. It's looking like, this is the way I want to move. This is the energy I need. Bye. I don't need this shit. Bye. It's that energy. But you have to have strength to do it. Okay. So whatever that is for you, you've got 5, 7, 17, 18. So that is a progress move. This is a beautiful move for you. This is ownership. I heard ownership. This is taking ownership. This is my life. This is my journey. This is what I want. Bye. It's done. Whatever it is. It could be a habit. It could be, addiction. I'm addicted to sugar. Boy, that's a hard one to break, but I'm on it. So the thing is, again, for the probably 3rd, 4th, 5th time, but this is the lifestyle change. I'm getting older. I want my health. So it's a decision you have to make, but you have to stick with it. All right, water sign. That's deck number 2. Let's go to deck number 3 if you chose deck number 3. So we have the 7 of Pentacles in reverse. That's interesting. We have the 7 of Swords. Interesting. And then we have the 8 of Wands in reverse. What are you telling yourself, or what is somebody telling you? Because they're saying, oh, you didn't work that hard. You didn't do something that hard. You didn't try enough. You didn't do enough. And you have the 7 of Wands or 7 of Swords. And so somebody is just like barreling you with conversation, of negative conversation, and this is not what you need. This is not something that you know how hard you work, you know what you do, whether it's in a relationship or a job or a family, whatever it is, and somebody wants to backstab you and make you say, oh well, you don't even work very hard, you didn't do this, you didn't do that, all this. Get rid of that toxic person, that toxic conversation. Again, if you have to divorce them for a while and not talk to them, just turn off the phone on them. Don't, not gaslight, not what do you call that? Ghost them. It's just be politely fade to black, because you don't want that negative in your life. I don't know who that's for, but water sign for the deck 3. This is something coming at you over and over and over time, and it's like, you know what, I'm sort of done with that now. I need to think positive. I need to think of a higher vibration. I need to think of something that is moving forward in my life in a positive manner and of that nature. So you really, really want to think of that for yourself and focus in on who's doing it and look for the higher vibration. Get it to stop, because this is going to hold you back. Keeping toxic people, keeping energy vampires in your life. Go to my website or go to my YouTube, Divine Warrior Intuitive or Get Balanced 2020. There's a whole video on energy vampires and how to understand what they are, who they are, and how to deal with them. All right. So water signs, that is for you for the next few days. Let me go ahead and turn these upside right so that I have those in my deck. All right. So let's go ahead and move to fire signs. Fire signs for deck 1, 2, and 3. And then we have earth. All right. And hopefully my battery will last long enough for me to do that. All right. Okay. So we are doing fire. Fire, fire, fire. Fire. Again, don't forget to go and subscribe, share, or like. Oops, I did that again. I'm so used to doing readings. If you want that card, bring it to the top. That's interesting. That card showed up in the reading. All right. Deck 1 for fire. Deck 2 for fire. Please share anything for deck 2 that you would want them to hear. Deck 2. And we're going to go to deck 3. I really need some new. I bought some new tarot cards and they were so crappy. I don't even want to use them. The paper on them and everything was crappy. Love the design. What is it? Let's see, Gustav, Dory. I mean, I love this deck. But it's so tiny that the pictures are horrible and the paper is horrible. I was just like sad. I was really sad because I really like the deck. It's hard for me to find a deck because it has to be of positive energy. All right, fire sign, deck 1. You have the King of Cups. Ooh, you got a little turmoil going on here. And you have the Queen of Swords and you have the 5. Wow. Again, only a little bit different. Okay, well, that's the energy of the Alliance Gate, though. Because there's a lot of turmoil in because a lot of people are thinking of from their head. Okay, and that's why Divine's saying higher power, higher power. Think from your spirit. Think from your intuition. So with the King of Cups, there's a calmness and a peace that comes with the King of Cups. So really finding your peace this next week, finding things that cause you to be calm. Even if somebody tries to throw you a wrench and this and that, try to stay calm about it. Just how you're going to get through it, how you're going to happen to have it happen, because those are the things that you need to tell yourself. You can create your own stress and of things of nature, but you don't want to. So create that calmness in you. This is something that there is something that's going to try to ruffle your feathers, basically, get you all in an uproar. No, I'm cool. Go with the flow. I heard water off a duck's back. Water off a duck's back. So this next couple of days, this next week, if something starts to rise to get you all, why am I in this? Why am I doing this? Then Hoosa, do a hoosa and just calm yourself because there's something that's coming. It's a number 5. It's an unstable energy for you guys. So this is something that's going to actually try to restrict you and try to control you. Try to keep that. No, I'm in control of my own journey. I'm in control of my own life. So I'm just going with the flow because you know what? It doesn't matter when I pass on. If you pass on, you can't take it with you, then it doesn't matter. Okay? You can't take crap on this earth with you. You can take love. You can take, I've spoke to my mom. I speak to whoever's on the other side. But you can take all that memories and everything with you. So again, whoosah. Stay calm this week. Whatever's going to ruffle your feathers, don't let it get you in a kerfuffle. Just look to your spirit and say, calm me, please calm me. And ask them to calm you because you will. They'll calm you, okay? Fire signs are hot. Okay, second deck, we've got the Emperor, 3 of Wands, and the Hermit. So something with the Emperor, there's wisdom, there's knowledge. Somebody's watching you, paying attention to you, definitely trying to figure things out. And you might be their inspiration and their mentor and not even know it, okay? But this is something that somebody either may come to you for their future, or they're gonna, you may go to them for wisdom. I'm not quite sure where I want to go. I got these 2 things I'm figuring out. So it's something in the distant future that you want to do, but you got to do that on your own. And it might take somebody that is older or somebody with more wisdom to help you with that, and allow them. And just take that information and send it to your higher power and not your head, just saying, what do I feel when I want to do this? What is the feeling I get? The first feeling you get, oh, that sounds fun. That sounds good to my heart. Oh, that doesn't sound so good to my heart. And pay attention to what your heart is saying. This is for your future. This is for the upcoming time, for what you want. So that's the fire sign for the second deck. If you pick the third deck, oh dear. So we have the lovers, or no, we have the Two of Cups, excuse me. We have the Two of Cups in reverse. We have the Queen of Pentacles in reverse. And we have the Five of Wands. So somebody's going through something that has to do with love, relationships. It's not going well. However, whenever you think that something's not going well or things are not going well, you have to think of it in reverse. Sort of like divorce, breakups, things of that nature. Everybody's like, oh my God, this is so horrible. I personally say, thank you. Thank you. Because when you go through a kerfuffle, maybe it's a temporary argument, a separation, or whatever it is, and you have to stand up for yourself. Yeah, you have value and you want to stand up for yourself and you don't just let things slide. However, you know what? You want to say thank you to the universe, divine, whoever you believe in, because they're trying to get you away from something that no longer serves you, no longer is good for you. It is saying, you know what? We're trying to get rid of this restriction. We're trying to have you look at things in a higher thing so we can bring you better opportunities, a better person, a better job, a better that's meant to be for you. So this relationship may not be for you, whoever that is with. It may, there's no pentacles in here. Oh yeah, there is a pentacle. So you have the Queen of Pentacles. It may be a job that isn't working for you, that it's not for you. Or maybe you keep trying to fight at your job, or maybe you keep trying to do something bigger at your job and they're just holding you back. They're restricting you from promotions. Then there is something going on behind the scenes that they're not telling you. It's time to evaluate if you want to stay in that job if they're not going to promote you and you're working your buns off. All right. So whatever that is for you, it seems to be more of a career journey for you or a relationship breakup. But you want to say thank you to divine, because that is something that is going to keep you from wasting time. Time's the most precious commodity that you have on this earth. All right. All right. So we're going to do earth signs next. Deck 1, 2, and 3. Earth signs, deck 1, 2, and 3. Excuse me. And then I think my battery is dead. All right. Earth signs, deck 1, 2, and 3. All right. And again, if you haven't watched my channel, please, subscribe, like it. I am on once a week live. I try to do my best once a week live, but sometimes it doesn't. So if you subscribe, you'll know when I'm on. All right. All right. So deck 1 for earth signs. Deck 2 for earth signs. Again, the divine is saying the higher view, paying attention to getting out of your head. Oh, you got to put those back in there if that's what you want. Thank you. I know you're trying to send me a message, so thank you, but keep those, put those on the top, please. Okay, deck 2 for earth signs. And deck 3 for earth signs. So pick a deck, whichever one that comes to you first. Don't say, oh, well, I'll do this one, then that one. No, it's the first one that comes to your head. That's the one you're supposed to be picking. All right. All right. Earth signs, earth signs, earth signs. So if you pick deck 1, we have the 6 of Pentacles, we have the Queen of Wands, and we have the 4 of Pentacles. So what is it that you're holding on to that you need to let go because it's causing you a restriction? It's causing you to be stuck. It's causing you to be stifled. It's causing you not to move forward, okay? And this is a give and take. So it might be a situation where you keep giving too much of yourself and not thinking of yourself first, because the second one we have is the Queen of Wands. So a lot of the times we tell ourselves, well, I like helping other people, but if we don't help ourselves first, it's not healthy. But you also have the 4 of Pentacles. So it's releasing something. So again, maybe this is, you're helping somebody too much. You're enabling them too much. Again, this is going to restrict them from growth. It's going to restrict you financially. It's going to say, hey, it's time up. Need to let go, and you need to move on. Now, if that's not a person, this might be something that definitely look into your career or things of that nature. Maybe you're not getting enough from your job financially. And maybe it has to take a different turn. Maybe it has to move to another job. Maybe you have to maybe find something that you enjoy doing as a side gig, whatever that is. But what this is telling me is there has to be some release in order for the energies of abundance to come in. Okay. And you keep telling yourselves, I need to hang on to this. I need to hang on to this. I need to hang on. No, it's time to let it go. Does it serve you any purpose right now, earth signs? If it isn't, and you haven't had a purpose for it, for whatever it is, it's like you keep something for years and years and you haven't used it. Oh yeah, it's still in the closet. Oh yeah, it's back there. Get rid of it. Same with relationships. Unfortunately, if they don't serve you and you're not serving them anymore, what are you doing? You become roommates. That's not the idea of a partnership. And the thing is that that season might be over with that person and a new season might be with another person, or you need to figure things out and be on the same page. But this give and take is completely off. And unfortunately, earth signs, you are the ones that are holding it back. Let go. Let go. As Elsa sings, let it go, let it go, let it go, whatever, kind of thing. All right. So that is for deck 1. All right. So let's go to deck 2, earth signs. Boy, a lot of fighting. A lot of fighting. A lot of unstable energies this month. A lot. Definitely the 5 of Wands again. This is repeated probably the 4th or 5th time in all the readings I've done today. We have the King of Pentacles, a lot of kings, a lot of masculine energy, and then we have the Justice. Okay? So this again is a determination between your mind and your spirit, and you have to make a choice because it's causing a lot of stress in your life. Okay? And getting to that point where there's no stress in your life, you got to find the peace. And where's the peace? Stop fighting things that don't matter. Stop fighting other people's battles. Battle your own. Stay in your own lane. Do your own journey. Because at the end of the day, you have to answer for yourself. And nobody's going to be around. It's sort of like when you die. There's no bunk beds, in a casket. There's just you. There's just you. And so the judgment is whatever's in your journey, whatever is happening to you, earth signs, it's about you. What is it you want? What is it that you need? Stay in your own lane to understand what you want, what you desire, and tell yourself, where do I want to go? What do I want to do? This has to do with your future, your finances, and the wisdom. So a lot of the times we share our money, we borrow or we loan money, and maybe this is not. If you can't know that when you loan money, you're never going to see it again, then don't do it. So this has to do with somebody, their job, their performance, but it's an unstable time for this deck 2 earth signs, because it is about you're having to figure things out and make the decision. Your head or your spirit. Is this what you really want? Or is this what everybody is telling you that you want? Okay. You've got to make that own journey. All right. So deck 3 for earth signs. Knight of Swords. Page of Swords. And the Hierophant. I can't make this stuff up. Knight of Swords. Page of Swords. Is it Page of Swords? Yeah, Page of Swords. Ooh, this is a new energy. And the Hierophant. Okay, earth sign, deck 3. This is something that you're learning to be honest and truthful with yourself. This is an energy that has to continue and keep continuing. Yes, it is hard to be honest and truthful, but in the long run, it's going to make you feel so relaxed and so purposeful. She's facing the Hierophant. Okay, and the Hierophant has a wisdom about them, and you're going to learn a lot from this lesson that you're going through. You have to give yourself some grace, some pats on the back, because it does take a lot of energy. But this is all about living on the right side rather than the wrong side. And the right side is peaceful, and the wrong side is, I've got to remember what I said. I lied. What did I say? Oh, now I told somebody else. Well, you didn't say that to so-and-so. Oh, now how am I going to figure this out? So really finding out that walking in the truth, Like Judge Judy says, if you tell the truth, you don't have to remember things, because when you lie, or when you have that happen to you, or somebody lies to you, and being an empath, I know when you're lying, or you're not telling the truth, or you're not telling the whole story. That's of the head. The spirit, if you talk to anybody older, they're going to say, wisdom. They're going to give you their wisdom. Why do we go to the older people to ask? Because it's wisdom. So we want spiritual wisdom. We don't want head wisdom. Why do we go and ask couples that have married 30, 40 years? What was the secret? Just letting them be themselves, loving them, letting them be their individual. All right. But that is definitely one of the things that you're going to have to, it's telling the truth, walking on the righteous side. And you're going to find that that is more peace, earth sign, than trying to figure things out, fibbing, lying, secrets, lying by omission. Now, this might be somebody towards you. I'm not saying it's you, somebody towards you. And if that is that person creating that chaos or that uncomfortable feeling, then it's time to go, because you need peace, you need harmony, you need honesty, you need transparency. You don't need crap, because that's earth. Peace, honesty, transparency, love, those are all of a high energy, high vibration, high frequency. All right, earth signs. That was deck 3. So I'm going to go ahead and record this, and I'll put this on. So if you haven't got to see the whole thing, this was for the Lionsgate 8/8 to 8/12 for when the planets align. I hope you enjoyed this. Please go to divinewarriorintuitive.com or my web, or to Etsy if you want a reading, a real quick reading. I do one-on-ones, definitely do personal, but I also help people with their spiritual abilities, supernatural, metaphysical, physical abilities. So don't hesitate. If you need something, reach out. All right. I love you guys. Thank you for showing up on my channel, and we'll see you on the next reading. Remember, a live reading once a week, and please don't hesitate to share, follow, subscribe. Take care.